Hello, it's Karmatos, and welcome to another Thameme deck special. Today's Thameme is Courage, and with it we have Marius Gage with Courage the Loyalist Dog. Props to you if you grew up watching Courage the Cowardly Dog, but in this case it's the Loyalist Dog, and that's Marius Gage. So Gage here is the 1 energy, give 1/1 to an Astarte. If you don't control any, draw a card. And what do we have in this deck? Every single troop says the word courage, and every single card in the game that has courage is in here, except for the tactic, and that's because I thought that the Warlord already gives 1/1. I don't need to give +2/+2 with a very difficult to pull off Survivor. We skipped that one. It's a fantastic card, but also I was really stretching to make room for Abandoned Supplies, Logos Lectora, and supply lines, because look at this end game curve, 8-7+. And that's between Invictus Terminus, it's just a whole bunch of big fatties, and we do throw in a McCree's Honor, because come on. I needed one legendary, and it's just the hard staple of Loyalists, so we do get a little honor in there. So, the theory of the gameplay is every single turn the enemy doesn't have a courage proc off, and if you have a reduced cost, play the reduced cost, and otherwise drop troops even if you can't use the courage and buff it. And then your opponent's going to have to deal with it, either by playing troops or killing it, and if they don't, hit the Warlord first as much as you can over and over again, and we're going to see this go off nicely 4 out of 5 times. So here's the courage breakdown. Courage, gain 1/1. Great. Courage, draw an Astarte from your deck. Probably the worst courage in here, but this is a meme, damn it, so it's in it. Logos Lectora, give 1/1 to all your troops. If you control none, get an Astarte, reduce its cost by 2. Just beautifully amazing. Abandoned Supplies. Again, we're hoping to reduce the cost of these 8 high-cost cards, and we're going to win multiple games through these. Deal 2 damage to a random enemy troop. One of the best courages. Scorpio Bikes is probably the next worst courage, but it's 3 for a 3/3. It's a vehicle though, so he doesn't get to buff him. I kept it in here just in case supply lines couldn't pull both Ancient Marcelluses, and I didn't want it to be a dead card completely. It does have the downside that you might accidentally pull a bike instead of an Ancient, but it's like 50-50 or less, so. And it's going to happen a couple times, and it is what it is. Calso Squad, a better one than the Scorpio Bikes, but still kind of lackluster for 4 courage, but this deck, it's just going to be a bunch of beefy troops that get beefier, so 4 for 4 ain't bad. The Trojan Squad, yeah. Flank, unstoppable, 5-3 or 6-4 because we're Marius Gage. Honor Guard, fantastic, 5-6, most likely with frontline. Gleidos Command, that's a nice one, gets you one of your occasional outside-the-box cards for this deck, and also will gain frontline. Captain, this guy's great. Courage to give -2 to all of your enemies, and even if you don't get off the courage, it's still a nice 6-7 for 7 that the adjacent troops are necessarily going to get +1. For Crag's Honor, yeah, just hard staple, seemed worth it. We're actually going to win a game by healing, so let's enjoy that. Invictus Terminators, yeah, come on, it's one of the nice ones for the board damage of 2, and any kind of damage sources, especially, and it's courage. It's got to be in the meme. Stillock Athon, yep, 8-8. This guy's amazing. The game I lose, my enemy jukebox it at least once. I hate Bob. Bob just gives me such a hard time. And of course, Ancient Marcellus Wallace. Come on. At least 3 damage, possibly 6, so the courage is great, but you don't have to wait for it. Deal 6 damage, 7-10. So, let's take a look here. We beat Gabriel, lose to Bob, because it's hard. Oh, one of these is a bot match, I forgot. I usually turn bots off, but I was doing these from my phone, so we'll skip over that. Looks like this one's going to be a bit shorter. And then Nerat and Saul, so some very fun guys to beat. Hopefully these are longer games and we'll make up for only having 4 matches.
So scary.
So you see, don't have a courage opportunity. We're gonna just pop these off. In hindsight, there technically wasn't any rush for me to do that. But, what can you do? Oh.
Greetings from the Iron Hands.
Yeah, combine the two. That way, he's outside of the 3 damage from there. In hindsight, Scorpio Bikes could have been the exact same thing, and I could have face bashed for 2, which probably would have been the better play. But he did take 4 face damage for my trouble, so I have that part advantage. We're gonna Trojan Squad away that awful 2-3, and now get off that face bash on a G-block. It's funny, because I don't necessarily remember how these matches go, so I'm usually narrating these from a perspective of, like, what would I do? And it's interesting when I don't do what I would do now. But most of these decks, it's the first time I've ever played them. You know, I have no idea necessarily the best way to do these things. It's all very just kind of first trial. Yep. But he can't kill it. Let's buff it, hit him. He'll still be able to kill it for 3 damage, but I can get off 1 extra damage for my trouble. I have 4-4. So, I'm accomplishing my goal, I'm finding. I'm constantly keeping him on the defensive. We go logos? No, we're gonna... I don't remember how this plays out. Probably not in my favor. Really hoping to... Okay, I mean, actually it does. So the 2 buff remains, and I'm going to be able to buff him to 7. I could kill the troop, but that's not what we do here. Hold on a second. I have to close the door. We're gonna beat him to death instead. I mean, as it turns out, we got a 6-7 here that now gets to live an extra turn, but I got to do, what, 10 damage to him? I'm not complaining. And we still waste his attack into that, so... I don't regret it one bit, because also keeping him out there gives me some power. I could have done captain and things, but my hope here is the captain next and get off a damage bonus on at least 1 troop. Yeah. Boy, I take a lot of damage for not killing that guy. I end up taking at least 6, probably 12, just to have done that 10. And I didn't draw any damage ones. Yeah, maybe I should have drawn first. Oh no, I wanted the option to face bash. So, ow. Oof. Good turn for that. Bash. I'm feeling pretty good. That's fine, buddy. You You rock that all game. I don't get... I'm not gonna not hit you. And I'm definitely going to hit you. Drop a captain first? Captain. Yeah, look at that. Boom, hit him for 9. And the nice thing about Mr. Gage here is that if I ever completely play out my hand, I can always draw. I can always double draw. That's not gonna save you. That's game. 6, 9. I think I do some silly things here just to... Maybe I was hoping to get him off, and I'm like, what am I doing? Just win. Ah. Can't control the Loyalist dogs. Alright, Bob can, though. And I definitely make one pretty hardy mistake.
You are not subtle, Chapter Master.
Logos.
I never claimed to be.
Good to see you, indeed.
So I'm not getting courage opportunities. Supply lines. Don't be the bike. It's not. So my mistake is, I leave Jubok alive for too long. Far too long. Also, I probably should have dropped Honor Guard there. And I probably should have dropped him too, but I was worried about a 2 damage to all undamaged. I don't know. So, clearly a good opportunity to kill Jubok, right? Why don't I? And why did I do that in this order? Oh, I know why. I gamble for a hard aggro here. And I gambled poorly. He didn't get it from me. But, as a result, additional Jubok goes off. And I think here, I could very definitely take out Mr. Jubok, but I see his hand size is 10. He's already denied himself a draw. So I assume he's going to suicide his own Jubok. So maybe that... I guess I don't really make... I don't regret what I did. I don't. But I do lose this. Not sure how I feel about that. Maybe I should have gone captain and played hard early. But it does force him to have to do one additional thing to him, so... good in that regard. I spent 1 energy to make him spend 2. And I did an extra damage. I was really hoping he was going to play a troop. Well, I needed him to create straight to death, but I end up, I think, going with an Ancient. And I know that I can't buff Ancient, so we get the draw off before the play. I mean, I could have done it in either order. So right now, I'm feeling pretty good. But he's at 8 energy. You know what that means? Yeah, that's hard. That's rough. So we're gonna throw down a captain. He doesn't care though. He's gonna do his 2 damage. He's gonna deal 6 and 2. He'll be at 1. I'll be fracked, but you know, in hindsight, maybe it would have been better to drop this guy just to have the 2 damage available, but I think I'm gonna have to McCree's Honor He ate 6. That's essentially spend 7 to deny a troop and deny 8 damage. It was like 8 healing Edgen. It's rough. It's rough. And there's the problem. He drew blocked a second one from me. So if I didn't lose already, 2 of those, I get outcouraged. I go with that because I don't want to deal 2 damage there because I want to face bash it, so. Yeah, rough. And again. Rain for, not what I was hoping for, but maybe something cool. Stun. It's useful. Who do I give the buff to? To him. This forces a fork. I thought that would be he has to kill himself or he has to kill himself. Turns out you can just jam it. Do all but 1 of its life and then hit it for 2 and then hit me for 14 and... Yeah. Get off the nice 2 damage there. We can stun him. Because I couldn't buff the 3/3.
Never wish for danger. Danger needs no help.
And buff. At this point, he's just gonna McCree me to death, so. Yeah, bye-bye. Yep, can't win them all. But we are gonna win the next ones. Although, we're gonna have to skip Mr. Bot. It is fun beating Narat, though. Alrighty. Yep. Try to get as low curve as possible, naturally.
With me.
And I don't want those vehicles in my hand if I can supply line it instead. Oh yeah, see? Yeah, there's nothing to, yeah. When there's no troops, play the reduced costs, so you can courage later. Courage time. He'll sneak attack 2 damage into the 4, and face bash the 4, and he took out the 3. Unfortunate hand curve this time around. I'm gonna end up playing supply lines for 5 and face bashing, but I was probably gonna face bash anyway, so unless I drew something that I could proc with courage, that would have been the ideal. Another Scorpio bike. Unfortunate, but okay. Cool with me, bro. Command? No, we're gonna try to draw something out of the deck. think we're just gonna have to play as much as we can, give the buff. So not bad for a 6 energy turn to have a 3-4 and a 4-4. Oh, we're gonna captain. And that way, we can kill him with a little face bashy. I'm not worried about my health against Nerat. It's more important to kill Nerat before he pirate banes you into a pitiful death. And I got 10 damage out of that troop for it. Yeah, you think you were gonna get your 2 damage off there? Sad news, buddy. We're gonna actually drop that for 7 and murder your guy. Surprise! See, didn't have courage, still useful. Yeah. That's okay. Let's see. What do we got here? We got 7 direct damage in hand, 7-10, and we're gonna hit him for that. Drop a big fatty and buff it. So, putting the pressure on. That is gonna save him 1 turn of life. But, for what it's worth, when I drop this man, I either kill him, which is amazing, or kill him and win the game. I got the amazing. After winning the game, of course, went better, and he's like, okay, F this. And rightfully so. Woo! Go, go, Gadget Gauge. Alright. And Saul, this game is off the hook. Yeah, get rid of the high curve, get rid of the bikes.
Once ready with me for honor.
This does suck. I have nothing good to do with that. I'm gonna end up taking 9 damage from that play. Face for 2, hit for 3, face for 2. I wish I was Rask. Let's hope the 2 damage lands there. Doesn't. Does it hit only troops? Yeah. And yeah, I'll take out the sneak attack well before I take out Jubok. For sure. Well, he's definitely getting his card advantage. And we got a bike. No! Bike actually would have been pretty good. I would have gotten a 3-3. Got another one to hand and face bash. But yeah, it wasn't worth drawing a card. For sure not. Oh boy. How the hell do I win this? Top deck Trojan? Yes, top deck Trojan. Yep. But now, 6 energy Stellock, and I'm like, yes, 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 play it, play it. I know what you're gonna play. I out-reduce the reducer this game. One of the most satisfying plays. Let's do it again. Another reduction, deal the shield damage, and then hit him for 8. Okay. Stole it from me. Saved yourself 8. I mean, I can deal 6. 7. Or creating a bigger board state for a better tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Oof. That's enough to kill my 7/6. Okay. We can hit you for the 2, suicide for the 5, or 6. Interesting. What are you thinking here? Ah, yes, 2 damage to all. I go that route. Could have done Ancient Marcellus Wallace, but... Sucky roll, buddy. Sucky roll. So, you ever see McCree's Honor used to heal? I felt this was that time. If he had Pride of the Emperor, I was in a hard lethal. And we go with the buff Lectoral, because now 9 damage means that I have at least 11 damage in raw attack, possibly Ancient Marcellus. You can't kill me. Between 6 and 7 is only 13. And that's game. We got 6 damage here, we got 9 here, we got 15. Ah, feels good, man. Buff and hit. Light flexing. Yeah. So, courage. When you run, what, 25 in the deck? No, I have 6 reductions, 1 other legendary, so 7. 23 courage troops. As many as you can jam in. I even avoided some very nice legendaries from, or other possible synergies, because I just wanted to see maximized courage with the man who does great with lots of troops, especially Astartes. That's Gage. And as always, if you like this, like it. If you want to see more like it, subscribe. Share this with your friends. I like more viewers. And Karmatos loves you. And also, say hi in the comments. I like it when people say hi.